So this video will have all the spoilers. Don't tell me I didn't tell you. So you must have seen all the different old Hindi film references in Jubilee, and you've seen a lot of Instagram pages talking about it and a lot of articles. One thing you may have read about or noticed is that most of the episodes, I think until the last one, are named after old Hindi films. But of course, each episode name also has thematic value, and each episode name talks about something that happens in the episode, the overall theme of the episode. But the one I find the most interesting is the first one, Aag, named after the film. If you've seen my Mirzapur video, you know that a good pilot actually establishes everything in the show that is important, and at the same time gives you foreshadowing, gives you aspects of the story that you will find out more about later. And as a teaser, the first episode has to be power packed in every way to keep the audience hooked. So the first episode of Jubilee actually takes Aag or fire as a motif and uses it in so many different ways throughout the episode that it establishes a theme for the entire season. The episode starts with Shrikant Roy lighting a pipe. At this point in the story, he's the one with the most power, so he has control over the fire. But while Shrikant Roy has power over some fire, Binod Das, his right-hand man, also has fire under his control. And that fire is the fire in which screen tests or different reels of films are burned. Binod is the one taking care of this situation. And as Binod is doing his job, we notice that he's practicing for the role of Madan Kumar, the actor which is going to be created by Shrikant Roy soon and is about to go to a different actor named Jamshed Khan. Now the burning of the tapes at this point is very important because Binod's association with fire has already begun and it's only about to escalate from this point. Even the dialogues he speaks are a sort of foreshadowing that we are going to talk about later. In the middle of this glamorous world that we are first introduced to, we are told through the radio that riots are about to begin in the country as we slowly inch towards independence. It's important to note Binod's fascination with the world of glamour at this point. He first looks at Shrikant Roy through a glass on a window. It's almost as if he's looking through a smoke screen at a world which he kind of inhabits, but he's not a part of. He looks at Shrikant on another occasion when Shrikant is flirting with a woman, and he kind of aspires to this life. While he's in the middle of it, he can't have it, he can't hold it. The glass is always a barrier between Binod and the world he wants to inhabit. You'll notice that the whole cinematography is in a sepia tone, and I also must commend the cinematography, which is incredible, and you'll see as we talk about it how important it is to the episode. But the sepia tone is very important also because it is not black and white. Black and white are the films that will be shown inside the show itself, and that's why it's important to demarcate the world of the show from the films within the show. At the same time, sepia gives you that old world feeling, but will also enhance the look of fires as we go along. Now it's important to understand that the partition is about to take place. Riots are about to take place, and all of these situations are also represented by fire in our memory as Indians that know what riots look like, know kind of what the partition looked like. Interestingly, Shrikant shows Binod pictures of his wife Sumitra, a famous actress at that point, cheating on him with Jamshed Khan, the actor who's about to be cast as Madan Kumar. And at this point, there's a red light in the screen. That red falling on the pictures and on Shrikant's face and Binod, it signifies the anger Shrikant feels. But it also signifies the danger that Sumitra and Jamshed are in at the moment, since Shrikant has found out. As Shrikant talks to Binod, you see the picture of Jamshed on the screen coming in between the two. It's like Jamshed is the one who's acting as a barrier past which Shrikant can't see the actor that Binod can be. At this point, Binod is keeping his head down. When he talks to his wife, he says, "Jo chup rehta hai, wo lamba chalta hai." But later in the same episode, we will see him break this principle as he loses control of himself for the sake of his dreams. Binod is sent to Lucknow to get Sumitra and to get Jamshed back to the studio. And on the way, he meets Jay Khanna, who actually identifies Binod and calls him Jat se actor. It's all foreshadowing at this point. The key difference between Jamshed and Binod is that Jamshed actually cares about the art. He wants to remain an actor, whether it's being an actor at a Karachi theatre company or at Roy Studios. He just wants to act. But Binod is after glamour. He wants power. He wants the stardom that comes with being Madan Kumar. But sadly, Binod is at this point just labelled the Wafadar Sipahi of Roy Babu because all he does is answer to the beck and call of Shrikant. There's an interesting scene where Sumitra gets a call, and it's a call from Binod. She answers him very nonchalantly, saying that, oh, if Shrikant wants to come see me, he can. But in that telephone booth, as Binod tells her, there are pictures of her and Jamshed, and she realizes that Binod is in the very next telephone booth talking to her on the phone. Now, this dramatic scene is kind of a way to show Sumitra that she is being watched. Whether she knows it or not, she may think that she's away from the drama, away from Bombay, but she is being followed and watched constantly. Now, when Binod finally meets Jamshed, he lights his cigarette, and that's a way of establishing trust or, acting like a fan. Binod is pretending to be someone else at this point. And Jamshed doesn't know that Binod has come to take him away to Bombay. Now, a great shot at this point is when Binod is telling Jamshed that he should not let Madan Kumar go, that he should be a star, he deserves to be Madan Kumar. Binod is shot in a way that half his face is in shadows and half his face is lit. This is for two reasons. Number one, he is two-faced. He is pretending to be someone else while he is an employee of Roy Talkies. And secondly, because he doesn't really mean what he's saying. He does not want Jamshed to become Madan Kumar. He wants that role for himself. This use of the shadow continues when Jamshed gets a lift from Binod in his car, because that shroud of lies is still there. So you see half their faces are in shadow while the other half is lit. At the beginning of the car journey, Binod is more concerned about keeping his job and keeping Shrikant happy. This is where the fire really starts to come into the picture as an important tool in the show. Jamshed lights a cigarette in the car, and in the light of that fire, he sees Binod's real identity on some papers. This is where they get into a fight, and what do they fall into? A fire on the road. As the car meets with an accident and falls into flames on the road, Binod is able to get out of the car, but Jamshed is stuck. Now at this point, we see the choice that Binod has. The choice to save Jamshed and be a bigger human being. But as Jamshed calls Binod by his name, something snaps in Binod. It's almost like he doesn't like that Jamshed has identified him. That name that somehow feels wrong to him, because he doesn't want to be Binod. He wanted Jamshed to think that he was Sundar from Sundar Caterers, but what he really wants to be is Madan Kumar. So to be identified by this man as Binod makes him angry, and that's when he attacks Jamshed. Now we see that the fire is within Binod, the fire to destroy Jamshed, the fire to become Madan Kumar. But interestingly, the way Jamshed has called him by his name, Binod, will always stick with him. And even when he becomes Madan Kumar, that haunting voice of Jamshed calling him Binod will remain with him. At this point, Binod leaves Jamshed to die in the riots and saves Jai. And this kind of forms a bond between them which will be tested over and over till the end. Once Binod is back in Bombay, he is back in the furnace area where he's burning more reels. The fire burns behind Binod as he lies to Shrikant and says that Jamshed refused to come. Because it's the fire in him that's making him lie, that's making him do what he's doing right now. The fire in the furnace is also reminding us of that burning car where Binod has just left Jamshed. As Binod starts delivering the lines in front of the fire, we realize that that fire is his passion for acting or for stardom, and it burns brightly as he speaks the lines and gives his delivery a dramatic effect. Later in the show too, this same fire will be used to identify Nilofer as the actress that he wants to star against. When they'll be practicing in Mussoorie and there'll be a fireplace lighting their faces yet again. as another star is born. Now, if you listen to the lines carefully, you'll notice that somewhere it's foreshadowing the things Binod will do. It's about a man threatening his father with a gun and saying that all the bullets in the gun are for different people. And somewhere he's talking about saving himself against the world, his own identity as Madan Kumar against the world, and the lengths to which he will go to do that. So in his speech, Sujata represents the studio because the character of Babuji, which is at this point being played by Shrikant, says that मैं Sujata की इज्जत पर आँच नहीं आने दूंगा, which is exactly Shrikant's view of the studio. He will do anything and everything to save the studio. Shrikant is willing to even kill Madan Kumar for the sake of the studio, which we will see later when Shrikant kills himself and takes Madan Kumar down with him as he exposes Binod and what he has done. Sujata ka pati Sohan kind of represents Jamshed right now because Jamshed is the one who was supposed to be Madan Kumar, as Sujata was probably supposed to belong to the character who's speaking the dialogue, but she ended up with Sohan. And finally, Babuji in this scenario, who is being threatened, being told that I will kill you if I have to, represents Shrikant. Because even though Binod is loyal to Shrikant, he does betray Shrikant when he realizes that it's the end of the road for him. At the end, the final shot is Shrikant standing before the fire, hiding away the evidence of what he knows about Madan Kumar, of what he knows Binod has done to Jamshed, and looking on as he has found the Madan Kumar. Binod is at his feet right now and he stands tall like a hero. But later in the show, we will see this flipping as Binod betrays him. And in the same furnace, we see Shrikant sitting down and Binod standing tall. Because now finally Shrikant is at Binod's feet. Interestingly, in this film scene that Binod is playing out, at the end, Babuji shoots Madan Kumar and Madan Kumar falls down and says that there were no bullets in his gun. It's actually, in a way, the death of Madan Kumar, the actor that Binod is about to become. And this death also happens in front of this furnace when he is destroying Shrikant. And he claims that he will never be Madan Kumar again as he passes the baton on to his brother. The only difference between the dialogue and Binod's threats is that Binod's threats aren't empty. Fire continues to be a very important motif throughout the show, but this first episode really establishes how you can play with one object and create so many layers around it. And that's why in many ways this show really stands out as compared to other shows coming out of this country. And Vikramaditya Motwane has obviously done a great job as usual. I wasn't happy with a lot of the performances, but that's a different story. Let me know what you think about the show in the comments below. Like this video if you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.